What's going on, guys? My name is Tim Ruswick, and last week in the middle of the night, I posted a video about how working solo is so hard for long periods of time, and it was polarizing to a lot of people. A lot of people agree with me, a lot of people disagree with me. I want to be super clear though, so I thought I would make a video kind of the opposite of that and talk about the advantages of solo development, because there's a lot of advantages, and I even said in the video, like, I enjoy making games alone solo. It's just that, like, when they go on for longer periods of time, it's rough, and that was the struggle that I was talking about. So I want to talk about three things that I think are benefits of going solo development. I'm not going to talk any negatives because that video has plenty of negatives. If you want to watch it, you can do so there. First up, I would say there's no pressure when you're working alone. There's no pressure to show up. You can take breaks. You don't have to worry about letting people down. You can kind of like take it at your own pace and chill. You don't have to worry about what other people are thinking, partners or people that are working with you on the game, because nobody's working with you on the game. It's just you. You can kind of take things at your own pace and really leisurely hang out and no pressure. And this is one of the reasons why I like doing smaller projects by myself, because it's like I could just chill and take them at my own pace. Doing game jams kind of adds their own pressure, but the game itself is no pressure. So I think it's a lot more fun that way, if you know how to pace yourself and still actually finish things without that pressure. Some people don't. I know I didn't for a long time. I kind of needed the pressure. But that being said, once you kind of learn the ability to finish, you can enjoy the no pressure. Number two, I think, is complete freedom. A lot of times when you join a team, you have to compromise, right? Other people are going to have ideas that you may not necessarily agree with. And sometimes you're just going to be like, I don't want that idea in the game. And they're going to be like, well, I want that idea in the game. And you're going to have to make a compromise, right? And sometimes, like, you have to do that in order to have an effective team. You have to. There's no teams without compromise. No great teams without compromise. So doing that can kind of frustrate you sometimes. You're like, I really don't want that feature there. I really don't think it should be there. And that person may not see your perspective. Of course, it's up to you to kind of articulate it, and assuming that you picked a partner that understands your perspective and is willing to compromise as much as you are, it can work out well. But sometimes the lack of freedom can kind of be restricting. Also, you're working from two different imaginations instead of one. This has a lot of advantages in a lot of ways, but at the same time, like I said, it's not. It can kind of constrict your vision, which leads me to number three, which I think is true artistic representation. When you make a game alone, just like making any kind of thing, any art piece, any piece of music, and anything at all in the artistic world, when you make it solo, you are making something that is a representation of you as a person. You're taking what's in your head and you're creating it in the world. And I think there's something beautiful about a solo project that is made entirely by one person. Games are especially impressive because they take a lot of different skill sets, but it's uncompromised artistic representation when you create something by yourself, because you're not having to compromise with people. You're not having to integrate someone else's artistic thoughts and feelings into your work of art. It's just yours. And I think there's something great about that, because solo development is one of those things that I think can be deeply personal. It can be super personal. And that's actually one of the, downsides in a way too, because like with Philophobia for me, I love that it is a pure 100% representation of me, right? That from an artistic perspective, I love that. But from a productivity and insecurity perspective, I hate that, because it makes me very vulnerable, right? Like, I'm pouring my heart and soul into this project. And like I said, from a work of art, I'm like, yes, this is great. I'm creating something that's a representation of me. But from the other perspective, from like having to show people, it's like, I don't want to, this is me. This is raw, unedited me. There's nobody to blame if it goes bad. There's nobody, this is all me. I did all of this. So I think that's an advantage at the end of the day, because I think there's a value in a certain type of art, and art should be uncompromised artistic representation of you in its purest form. I think working with teams has a lot of advantages, but I think working solo is kind of a more personal, awesome kind of art creation. Now, like I said, I have trouble with working long periods of time because it's kind of rough, and that's all in the other video. But this was just a video about 3 things I like about solo development, just so we're clear, because I think, people are shades of gray, man. When I post a video like that, everybody's like, oh, you're on this side or you're on this side. And everybody takes sides, like it's black and white, like it's yes or no. Like solo development is the best or it's the worst. Like there can be shades of gray, and that's what I kind of want to say, because I think there's plenty of good things about it, but there's plenty of bad things about it too, just like anything in life. So that's all I got for you. I just wanted to expand on that a little bit. I hope you found it useful. If you did, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your comments. Do you like solo development personally? Do you think it's for you, or do you not like it at all? Do you prefer to work with a team? Let me know your thoughts down below. My name is Tim Roswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.